Hello, and welcome back to the podcast where you are invited for lighthearted conversations about things that matter as you seek to live your most meaningful, beautiful, and joyful life. I'm your host, Dr. Edie Wadsworth, and I hope you enjoy your stay here at the House of Joy. Hi, dear ones. Welcome back to the podcast. It's episode 240. Welcome to the House of Joy. I'm so glad you are here today. We have a fun topic. We are chatting today all about romanticizing your life, how to cherish your life without spiritual bypassing. So I'll talk about that in a second. I'm using the word romanticize because all the kids are using it. If you go to YouTube, like all the YouTubers are talking about how, romanticizing their day, romanticizing their life. And I think that became popular after the pandemic where, you just find joy in the simple pleasures. I think of it maybe a little more like cherishing it, but I want to talk about 6 practical tips for cherishing your life without spiritual bypassing. And what I mean by that is without diminishing at all whatever suffering you're going through, the struggles that you have, the emotional things that feel hard. We don't want to get to a point, and listen, I really feel like I've learned to operate in the last few years from pretty much a miracle mindset. I love exploring the power of the mind and the power of the heart to really change your life in so many ways without changing anything externally. And I think we have so much power there. But we also don't want to get to a point where we're doing it in a way that feels like I'm just pretending everything is great, because that's really superficial. And what I'm talking about today is really cultivating a practice of really cherishing your life and cherishing the simple joys, the small things. And we're going to talk about some practical ways to do that. And it's such a great time of year to do it. We're headed into the holiday season. I feel like from a lot of us, we're headed into winter, late fall and winter where, we're inside more. We have maybe a little more time to reflect. So I think this is the perfect time to chat about it. So the first way that I want to talk about for you to really cherish your life, these are practices that you can begin, is to slow down and savor. Really slow down and savor. I love practicing this when I'm with my grandbabies on Fridays. So if you've been around the podcast a while or around my world, you know that I have 2 unbelievable angel baby boys that I keep on Fridays. So I drive like an hour and 20 minutes away to keep them on Fridays. And it's so fun. Stevie usually meets me there. And I would say this is a lot easier to do as a Grammy than it was to do as a mom. But I love practicing this when I'm with them. Like my little baby Noah is learning how to give kisses. And it is literally, you guys, the most angel baby thing you have ever seen in your life. I could cry every time he does it. It's so cute. And those are like the little things that we could so take for granted. I was taking my son, I have a 12-year-old and he's adorable. And I was taking him last night to a basketball game and he was so cute on the way, just the way he was talking about his friends that were going to be there. Maybe a couple of the cute girls that were going to be there. But anyways, the way he was just talking about the whole thing, it was so cute. And I can certainly get caught up in like all the stuff he needs to get done and his homework, and he needs to clean his room and he needs to do this. And so I love practicing it with him too, being really intentional about savoring the moment. Another example of this is literally every day when my husband comes home from work, when he comes home for lunch, I'm sitting at the kitchen island, which is normally where I work for the first part of the day. After I get back from the gym, I sit there, I have my lunch, and he comes in, and I'm usually either on a Zoom meeting or working at my computer. And he comes in and he like makes eye contact and he gives me the sweetest, biggest, cheesiest smile when he comes in. It's the cutest thing ever. So how can you slow down, especially this time of year, and savor the moment? Maybe it's a walk outside. Maybe it's a hot cup of tea. Maybe it's how your coffee tastes, whatever it is. I encourage you to slow down and savor. Number 2, create something beautiful in your home, a space in your home. I love doing this before the holidays. I've been decluttering a bunch. I have donated like, I don't know, 6 or 7 bagfuls of stuff in the last few weeks. I've just been on Saturdays, like taking some time to really declutter, to figure out like, oh, what do I want to do for my tables for Thanksgiving? And, I actually, here's a great example. I have had this plant, you guys, for so long. I love this plant. A friend of mine that works with me gave it to me, and it was in a little pot where it just didn't look cute. And I'm like, it could be a cute plant. And as soon as I repotted it in this is not even a planter, but this big old thing, if you aren't watching on Facebook, you can't see. So you'll have to come over to Facebook. I mean, to YouTube. But I repotted it, and it has given me so much joy. Every time I sit down to my desk, I'm like, this plant is so lovely. All it needed was a brand new pot. So maybe for you, that's some flowers. Maybe it's lighting some candles. Maybe it's I love to chop some branches off the trees and bring them in. Whatever it is for you, but cultivating a really lovely, cozy space for yourself can be such a beautiful way to cherish the moments, to cherish your life more. The third thing is to really cultivate your passions and hobbies. Now, we just did a post on Instagram about knitting, and I'm like, this is your reminder that you should take up the hobby of knitting in the winter. I love knitting, especially in the winter. And I love having a project that is really easy to just mindlessly do where I don't have to pay attention. And then, of course, I have my big blanket that I'm working on that does require me to pay attention, that I like working on more so on the weekends. But it's so easy, especially during the holidays, especially as life gets busy, to forego the things that bring us so much joy, our hobbies, our passions. Maybe it's your regular workout. I really cherish it, especially this time of year, making time to go to the gym, to get my movement in, having my knitting sitting out so that when I'm, relaxed for the night, I can knit a few rows or whatever. So what hobbies and passions have you been neglecting that could really help you slow down, cherish this life, cherish the time that you have, make the most of a Saturday, make the most of an evening together? The fourth way that I think is really powerful to do this is to nurture deep connections. So I don't know. I've been practicing all of these this week as I've been preparing for the podcast. And so I've been sending a lot of love texts this week. I sent my husband the sweetest text on Monday morning, and it was just so simple. It's like, I had just gotten to the gym, and I'm like, just thinking about you, love you so much, so grateful for every day that we get to share together. Simple, but you guys, I was kind of moved to tears when I sent it because it was very heartfelt, and he sent back a very heartfelt text, and it was just this moment of like really deep connection. And I love doing that. I sent a text to our daughter Savannah, who is pregnant, and I just wanted her to know, that we're thinking about her. And we are remodeling our cabin up in Minnesota, and it occurred to me while we were looking at photos of the remodel that the next time we're there, we're going to be there with baby. And so I just sent her a text and said that. So I love practicing this. I don't do it enough. As a matter of fact, as soon as I close out this podcast, you guys, I'm going to send a couple more. But who can you nurture a deep connection with? Who can you connect to today? Maybe in person, maybe through text. Who can you maybe invite over? Who can you let them know how much you love them and you're thinking about them? So nurture a connection today that means something to you. Number 5 is practical self-care. I really do believe that some of my practices around this have helped me cherish my life so much. Going for more walks. I'm really faithful to my journaling. I'm really faithful to taking a hot bath every day and using my favorite essential oils. It really helps me slow down. It helps me take good care of myself so that I feel like the well is full, that I can give in all of the ways that I want to give. But these practices really help me slow down, cherish my life. What is that for you? Maybe it's how you do your skincare. Maybe it's something specific that you do, around taking care of your physical health. Whatever it is, how can you practice it, especially this time of year? I really think this is a way that we connect back to ourselves and stay present in our lives. And number 6, this is a fun one. How can you embrace some sort of personal style, some kind of fashion or personal style for yourself that makes you feel confident, beautiful, empowered? I went today and got my nails done, and I texted my daughter Emmy because she's always getting cute dark nails. And I love the light colors, but you guys, I went like dark, rich brown this time. And I got out of the salon and I was like, oh my gosh, these are so cute. It makes me feel just so pretty and confident. So how can you do something like that? Maybe you need a new pair of earrings. Maybe just go look through your closet. This is one of my favorite things to do. And I like to figure out what combinations of my clothes I haven't put together yet that would be fun or make me really enjoy getting dressed for the day or whatever. Just a simple, simple way for you to slow down a little bit, really cherish your life, romanticize what it means for you in your life to be alive today, to have been given this gift to be here. I don't want to take it for granted. I really want to wring out every ounce of joy that I can because listen, life is going to be hard enough. All the trials, tribulations, obstacles, all of those things are a given. And the fact that we would slow down and cherish what we have and make our lives a little more beautiful, a little more joyful, that's not a given. So make it a given in your life. Do it today. There's 6 practical ways. I would love to know what you would add to the list. I love you so much. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope you cherish this amazing day that you've been given, and I will see you next time. Bye, y'all.